Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. This is episode 40 on first floor iron rods and blocks. All right. Previously in episode 39, I believe you have watched episode 39. Yes, previously in episode 39, we bought 700 blocks that constitute to 14 bags of cement, but I decided to buy 18 bags of cement. Yes, and then packing of the blocks, we bought water, and then I bought a new blocks which I use for the peripheral of the decking to avoid water from splashing onto the plastering. Okay, the workmanship for laying the 700 blocks was 1,190. So the total estimate for episode 39 was 5,107. 5,107. All right. So in that episode, we were wrapping up on the final block work. Yes, we were wrapping up on the final block work, and then also screeding of areas where we thought was going to be a problem when it rains. You know, there were some areas on the decking that when it rains, we had water sitting there. So we decided to do a little bit of screeding to slope it to the pipe such that when it rains, the water will not stay on top of the decking. On the 21st of May 2022, that was the day the whole of Accra got flooded. You understand? So we want to see if our screeding was able to pass the test. All right. Yes. So you could see that it had rained and there's no water sitting anywhere on the decking. And again, I didn't screed the entire decking. Remember that I was told I needed 50 bags of cement, 200 bags of 200 pieces of blocks, and 50 bags of cement in order to screed the entire surface of the decking. But I refused. And finally, I decided to go with the demarcation of the apartment and then slope certain areas towards the pipe in order to avoid the water from sitting on the decking. And lo and behold, it rained and I have passed the test. All right, so as you can see, yes, we're getting a glimpse of a little bit of the water residue. There's no water sitting anywhere. There's pipe everywhere. We provided pipe everywhere. You understand? Yes, I didn't want any water to stay on top of the decking and later find its way down. You understand? So yes, this is how we go about it. You understand? So if you're in a similar situation, take a clue from this and then you can move ahead. You can see that our plumbing work has also been positioned properly due to the new design or perhaps measurement that I gave them. Most of them were displaced, but then the plumber had to come back and reposition them properly. You understand? So as of now, the 700 plus 500 blocks have been laid, and you could see that this is the outcome. You understand? From here, I'm going to go straight to iron rods because we don't want to stack up the blocks all the way to the lintel. The reason being that is once you do that, when the steel bender comes, in order for him to position the iron rods, he finds it very difficult. You understand? So at this level, we're going to move on to purchasing of iron rods so that they will come and install all the pillars. Areas that need to be drilled, they will drill them, position them. That's areas that perhaps there are no pillars that we need to create new pillars. Yeah, they're going to be working on all those areas. And then those that need cranking, they will crank them. Cranking means, adjusting the pillar that is away from the block work. You understand? So reposition it so that it will flush with the block work. That's what we call the cranking. Okay, those that are short, we need to do what we call lapping. That is by joining them. You understand? But we don't say joining in the terms of if you are if you're speaking the language of a steel bender, they call it lapping. You understand? Yes. So the entire floor decking, I believe I'm free. My headache is gone. My headache is gone. Yes, so my in-laws can stay in peace. You understand? Yes, because I didn't want to, put myself in a very bad situation. So apparently, I have been able to overcome the leakage of the decking. All right. Okay. Now, what are some of the lessons that have been learned from here? In case you are casting your decking, and remember to add waterproof, cement, regardless as to whether you're going to continue now or later. You understand? I believe there are chemicals that are being added. Vis-a-vis, you look at the cost. You understand? But a little bit of waterproof cement will be okay. Some people will prefer to cast the decking in 2 days. Others will prefer to cast them in a day. Also, make sure that casting of the concrete is not done in the hot sun. You understand? It's done in the cool of the day. In the cool of the day, they should be able to cast the concrete, because the temperature, high temperatures also affect the concrete with the moisture. You understand? So let's take that. So I asked my in-law to give me a video of the inside after the 21st May rain. So on the second day, which was on the 22nd of May, I asked him to give me a video of the hall. You understand? I want to see if everything is fine. And apparently there hasn't been any water coming through it, because there hasn't been before and there hasn't now. Because my focal point is that if I have water going through this, it will take some time for me to do the andri, because I would have to wait to the dry season so that the decking will be completely dry before I can do my andri. You understand? So here I'm making sure that everything is fine, and then I know that okay, the screening that we did at the top is perfect. Are you getting it? And the mason did a fantastic job. Michael Fasa, he's the one that did this marvelous job for me. Okay, in case you need his services, his number is on the screen. You can contact him and he will be of good service to you. All right, so going forward, again, making sure that when you're casting your decking, it should be sloped to one side, okay, not at a steady steep, but very shallow, so that once it rains, the rain will not stay on top of your decking. It will just dash to one direction. And also, in case you're not going to continue and you want to wait for a while, you want to take a break, make sure you get blocks along the peripheral, okay, and put in some pipes such that you will not have the rainwater washing the dirt from the decking onto your plastering. This will bring the molds and that of the dampness. You understand? It will destroy your plastering. So these are some of the lessons learned. Okay, again, before casting of your decking, remember they have to do another profiling, just like they did prior to the foundation. Okay, yes, they have to do another profiling at the decking. Pillars that are required, they have to do proper profiling to position them, okay, such that when they lay the blocks, it will flush with the block completely. The steel bender doesn't have to do any cranking. You understand? Pillars that are not required should be bent into the decking, and then they will cast the concrete on top. New pillars should be done before casting of the concrete. In the decking, they have to create new pillars through the beams or perhaps through the columns. You understand? Yes, they have to create new pillars before they cast the concrete. All right, you quite remember when my new gate was installed by Mr. William. Yes, it was the same time on the 22nd of May. okay, when the rain had flooded a lot of places in Accra and a portion of Kasua near the toll booth area. But here we are on a hilly top. We are not affected by rains. You understand? Yes, it was completely dry on the 22nd of May after the heavy downpour on the 21st of May. So you can see from the top, my block work was done. You could see from here. I don't know if the camera will go up a little bit. Yeah, you can see it from there. You understand? The block work was already done. If you had watched my video on the new gate installation, you will see exactly that the block work was done as at that time. You understand? You see the block work from there. Okay, so that's 1,200 blocks. All right, so this is the first floor plan. All right, 2-bedroom apartment on the left and 2-bedroom apartment on the right. There are 25 pillars. Take your time and watch it because I have marked them with red marks. I have counted all the pillars and it's a total of 25 pillars. So remember the calculation I gave you. I taught you how to calculate the number of iron rods. All right, this is the price list of iron rods in the market as of, I think, 25th of May. Okay, I asked my in-law to give me the prices of those. So on the 25th of May, I was ready to buy all the materials that I need for the second phase of the project. Okay, based on my number of pillars, I had 25 pillars. So if I have 25 pillars, 1 full rod will be cut into 3. So that's 2 full rod per pillar. So 2 full rod multiplied by 25 gives me 50 pieces. So you can see from my estimate up there, I have 14 mm, 50 pieces. I bought 12 mm, half a ton for the lintel. I bought 8 mm for the rings. I bought 3 binding wires and gave me a total of 7,066. I bought cement 18 bars because I have bought blocks, 800 blocks. Okay, I bought water, packing of the blocks, and that also gave me a total of 1,102 Ghana cedis. Putting it together gave me a total of 8,168. Okay, the total budget for this second phase of the project was around 14,000. That was how much I needed to be able to go ahead with this project, with the iron rod, cement, the blocks, okay, the workmanship for that of the steel bender and that of the mason. You understand? So in episode 41, that is when we're going to begin another blog work. I'm going to be sharing that with you. So yes, our iron rods are in. Always remember, once you are abroad and you ask people to buy materials for you, get a video, get a picture, get the receipt. Make sure you get the office address, the office number. All these are important. Don't just give money and expect everything to be fine. No. Make sure your materials are readily available as you have asked them to do. Get a picture and everything for your records. Okay, the shop where they bought materials from, get the telephone number so that you can verify. Are you with me? So those are my 18 bags, 3 pieces of binding wires. Here I bought 800 pieces of blocks, going for 4 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos. Give me a total of 3,280. You understand? So the price keeps changing. Sometimes 4 cedis, 20 pesos, sometimes 4 cedis, sometimes 4 cedis, 30 pesos. That's how it keeps going. But then I keep managing. All right. So now we are ready. We bought all our materials, blocks, cement, iron rods. So now the artisans are on site. Here I have my steel fixer, our Isaac Gomado. Okay, his number will pop on the screen. He's a fantastic steel bender. Well, honestly, his calculations are on point. This guy has helped me in so many ways reduce costs. You understand? Yes. So workmanship for the pillars, that is for the pillars and that of the lintel, was 1,700. He quoted 2,500. I bargained with him, and eventually I ended up with 1,700. And this is for the entire apartment. Okay, yes, 25 pillars plus that of the lintel. Okay, this is without the gable. No, the gable is not inclusive. This is just the pillars and the lintel I paid 1,700. So that is his number on the screen. The steel fixer, Isaac Gomado. All right. Okay, so here I bought 50 pieces of 14 mm. Why? Because I'm not going to continue the first floor anymore. I'm just ending at the first floor. From ground floor, I had 16 mm coming up all the way. So I decided to reduce it to 14 mm. You understand? Yes. And 14 mm is not far from 16 mm. So I'm using 14 mm. It's going to be 6 rings, 6 rods in a stirrup. You understand? Yes. But when it comes to that of the lintel, I'm not doing a rectangle. A rectangle means 4 rod in a ring. But this time I decided to do triangle. The triangle means I have 3 rod forming a triangle. And that's the 8 mm they are using to form the triangle. If you watch it closely, you understand? This is the 8 mm. Okay. From here, the rods have been laid. These are all for the lintel beams. And you can see the formation is in the triangle form. In most cases, some people don't even do lintel. They go straight with the beam. Okay. When they are doing their decking, they cast the beam to be very thick. Are you with me? Yes. There are so many ways you can go about your building, to avoid unnecessary cost. And most importantly, lintel is kind of wastage. It's a lot of, you waste a lot of money on lintel. Okay, so here, this is another method. Okay, it doesn't mean that your building will be weak. No, it's very strong. So instead of doing a rectangle, I'm doing a triangle. All right. So Albert Gomado will help you reduce cost on unnecessary, because don't spend so much when you get to a certain stage of your project. Where you required strong pillars, you need them. Where it is not required, don't waste money. Okay, so all our materials are ready. The steel benders are preparing everything. They are bringing it up here. Okay, they are going to erect all the pillars before the mason come back to start laying the 800 blocks that are pending. You understand? So lovely people, this brings us to the end of episode 40. Okay, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it to family and friends so that together we grow. I'll come your way with the next episode, which will be episode 41. Okay, yes, so let's keep ourselves updated. In case you want to reach me, my email is there, brightantonio@outlook.com. All right. In case you need a spreadsheet on cost of foundation, cost of superstructure, let me know and then send me an email and I'll forward it back to you. All right. From me to you, it's shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye-bye.